So now we are in a position to prove two very powerful theorems on derivatives, namely Rolle's theorem and the mean value theorem. So firstly, Rolle's theorem. Suppose f is a function defined on a closed interval a b, is differentiable on the open interval a b, and continuous on the closed interval a b. And f of a is equal to f of b, then there exists a point c strictly between a and b for which f prime of c is equal to 0. This Rolle's theorem is a simplified version of what we will be seeing next, called the mean value theorem, and you can think of it as a stepping stone towards the mean value theorem. The proof of Rolle's theorem, well, basically the idea is that since this function is continuous on the closed interval a b, it must have a maximum or a minimum, and at that point the derivative has to vanish by the theorem that we just proved before. So, but we just need to be a little careful. So, what if f is constant on AB? So, if f is constant on AB, then we are done, right? Because the derivative at every point between A and B will be 0. Okay, so now we need to worry about the case where f is not constant on AB. So, let us just draw the graph of the function. So, we have here A, we have B, and there is some point x in between where the value of the function is not equal to f of a or f of b. So, at this point it is possible that maybe the function takes a positive value. So, let us do that case first. So, at this point the function takes a positive value. So, we have this function and we have this graph, and it has to come back to the same value at a and b. In this picture I have drawn it to be f of a is to be 0 and f of b also to be 0. But the point is that since this function is continuous, it must attain a maximum somewhere in the interval a b, and that maximum point will be strictly between a and b. So, otherwise there exists x in a b such that f of x is not equal to f of a, which by the way is also equal to f of b. So, there is two possibilities, either f of x is greater than of f of a. Let us consider this case first. If f of x is less than f of a, you can argue in a similar manner, or as before what you can do is you can replace f by minus f and work with that. So, let us assume that f of x is greater than f of a. Then, now this function f is continuous on the closed interval a b, so it must have a maximum. So, if you look at this maximum, there exists a point c belong to a b, which is a maximum for f on the closed interval a b. This point cannot be a or b because f of c has to clearly be greater than or equal to f of x, which is strictly greater than f of a. And this point is a maximum, which means it is a local maximum, which implies that f prime of c is equal to 0, and this concludes the proof of Rolle's theorem. Now we are ready to state and prove the mean value theorem. In this theorem, we somewhat weaken the hypothesis of Rolle's theorem. We no longer require that f of a is equal to f of b. So, suppose f a b is so the differentiability and continuity hypotheses remain the same, is differentiable at every point in the open interval a b and continuous on the closed interval a b, then there exists a point c that lies between a and b such that now the value of f at a and the value of f of b can be different, and you cannot generally assume that the derivative, you cannot say that the derivative will vanish everywhere. For example, you could take just a linear function. So, you have a b and you could just have a function that is whose graph is a straight line with some slope. Its derivative is going to be constant, it is never going to vanish. But what is its slope? So, this is fb, this is fa, and the slope of this line is f of b minus f of a divided by b minus a, the rise over the run. And the conclusion of the mean value theorem is that f prime of c is equal to the average slope of the line. So, what this theorem is saying is that say you are driving from Chennai to Bangalore and your average speed is 60 kilometers per hour. Then the mean value theorem says that there is at least one point on the way where your instantaneous speed was exactly 60 kilometers per hour. The proof, well, this theorem can just be reduced to Rolle's theorem by a simple change of the picture. So, we have now not a linear function, but say some function that looks like this. So, what you do is you try to somehow change this function by subtracting this linear function to make it such that f of a is equal to f of b. So, I will define an auxiliary function that will satisfy the hypothesis of Rolle's theorem. So, proof, and I kind of worked this out before. Let g of x be the function f of x minus x minus a into f of b minus f of a divided by b minus a. This second part, this thing which I am subtracting, is just a line whose slope is the average, slope of the function f. So, what we expect is that this function g should have 0 average slope because we subtracted the average slope, and indeed if you check, then g is of course going to be continuous on the closed interval a b, is going to be differentiable on the open interval a b, but most importantly g of a, well, that is f of a plus a minus a times something. So, that is just f of a, and g of b, well, that is f of b minus b minus a times f of b minus f of a divided by b minus a, which is f of b minus f of b plus f of a, which is also equal to f of a. So, this function g satisfies the hypothesis of Rolle's theorem. There exists c in the open interval a b such that g prime c is equal to 0. And so, but now look, what is g prime c? So, 0 is equal to g prime c. You look at the relationship between f and g, the derivative of g will be f prime c minus the derivative of this linear function, which is just f of b minus f of a divided by b minus a. So, f prime c minus f of b minus f of a divided by b minus a is 0. So, this is just saying that f prime of c is equal to f of b minus f of a divided by b minus a.